Coming up on News Live at 6, Syracuse University kicks off their fundraising event, Boost the Cuse.
Plus, Family Weekend starts tomorrow. Reporter Nicole Aponte will have more on what events will take place.
And the first malaria vaccine has been approved by the World Health Organization. CitrusTV News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is CitrusTV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
Syracuse University is asking current and former students for donations as a part of today's fundraising tradition. Good evening, I'm Ryan Baker.
And I'm Katie Lane.
The 5th annual Boost the Cuse is today. The day of giving started at 12:01 a.m. and wraps up tonight at 11:59. Here with more information about the fundraiser is CitrusTV reporter Lindsey Fine. Lindsey?
Thanks, Ryan. That is right. Today is Boost the Cuse, Syracuse University's school-wide fundraiser. The money raised today will go towards improving the student experience here at SU. Those who want to support Boost the Cuse can give to the university in general. They can also donate to a specific organization within SU. The goal of the initiative is to get 5,000 people to donate within 24 hours. Kim Infante says alumni should consider donating to whichever part of SU had the most impact on their college experience. She also emphasized why alumni donations are so important to SU.
Alumni giving directly impacts how Syracuse University is ranked. So when Syracuse is ranked high by the different rankings orgs, that means that the value of our degree is greater. And that's why participation is so important.
Over 2,700 people have donated today, and they have raised almost $1 million. SU has received donations from people in at least a dozen countries and over 40 states.
It's like feeling part of something bigger than yourself. Like to know that there are, I've been searching the donor list. I went here, obviously, I work here. To go on and to see names that I recognize and to know that I haven't talked to them in years, but we're part of something today, that's a really special feeling.
There are still almost 6 hours left to donate to Boost the Cuse. Gifts can be made by going to either boostcuse.syr.edu or calling 315-443-1848. Katie and Ryan, back to you.
Thank you, Lindsay. Syracuse University's new provost will be welcomed on campus this Tuesday. The celebration and reception will take place at the Whitman School of Management from 10:15 a.m. to 11:15 a.m. Gretchen Ritter was supposed to be welcomed to campus this past Monday, but revealed in an email sent to students that she tested positive for COVID-19.
And single game tickets are officially on sale for Syracuse University men's basketball team. There are 16 home games that will be played this year at the Dome. Tickets are available for every game except SU's matchup against Duke.
And the Barnes Center is holding flu clinics throughout October. Appointments will be available every weekday starting Monday until October 29th. You can log on to the patient portal and schedule a time in the appointments section.
Syracuse native and SU alumna Beth Mowens is coming back to campus this weekend. Mowens is a play-by-play broadcaster who has called NFL, NBA, and college basketball games, among other sports. She'll be here as a part of the broadcast team for the game against Wake Forest on Saturday. There will also be an opportunity for students to hear about her experience at 1 p.m. in the I-3 Center tomorrow.
And Family Weekend will kick off this weekend for the first time since 2019. CitrusTV reporter Nicole Aponte joins us live from the Quad, where most families will be gathering starting tomorrow. Nicole, what can students and families expect this weekend?
Thanks, Katie. Syracuse University's Parents and Services are hosting Family Weekend 2021 right here on campus. 1,300 people have already registered for the event, and SU junior Mike Risotto says he is more than ready to have his family back on campus this weekend.
I think it's so fun. I think my parents are coming. I know a lot of my friends' parents are coming. We're all going to get dinner, do something together. I think it's going to be great for everyone.
Now, Family Weekend is set to take place from Friday, October 8th to Sunday, October 10th. Activities start as early as Friday morning, and they include campus tours, individual events across each campus across the university, and Orange After Dark late night events. Now, perhaps the most exciting thing happening this weekend is the home game against Wake Forest at the Dome at 3:30 p.m. on Saturday. Now, for SU junior Jenna Klein, she says she hopes that this weekend can serve as a reset button for all students across SU.
I'm hoping it kind of gives everyone that little refresh they need. I know I have midterms killing me this week, and I know seeing my mom and just getting that hug is just gonna like help me keep going through the rest of the semester.
Some COVID restrictions going into this weekend. Masks are required indoors and outdoors, and parents cannot enter any residence facility without as a guest. Now, in fact, if you do plan on going to the game, you do need to go through COVID-19 pre-screening beforehand, and registration is also required. The fee is $50, and this includes every single activity that Family Weekend has to offer and a parking pass as well. Now, if you can't attend in person, there are still virtual options available, and for more information, you can visit syr.edu/parents-family weekend. Reporting live from the Quad, Nicole Aponte, Citrus TV News. Guy.
Thanks, Nicole. Now, speaking of family weekend, I'm wondering what the weather is going to be looking like for families that are coming to visit this weekend. Sammy, can you tell us a little bit more?
Yeah, Ryan, I'll be able to tell you a lot more about that later. But right now, I just want to give you our current temperatures. Right now, it's 73 degrees out, partly cloudy with 5-mile-per-hour winds. Now, today I saw a lot of students out at SU on the Quad, getting together with their friends. It was an absolutely beautiful day, but we're going to get more of that going into this weekend. Now, tonight, the temperatures will drop from 66 degrees at 8 p.m. down to 61 between 2 and 4 a.m., and then they're going to come back up to 62 at 8 a.m. Now, we've seen temperatures getting pretty hot into the evening, into the night, but we have cooler mornings. That's just been a trend lately. Now, for tomorrow, it's going to be 75 degrees, another beautiful day to get outside with a low of 61, and it's going to be partly cloudy. So it's just going to be absolutely gorgeous, and going to this weekend, it's going to be great too. For our current temperatures across the board, we have 71 degrees in Rome and 69 degrees in Rochester. Now, in the south, we have 74 degrees in Elmira and 72 degrees in Fulton. And Ithaca is our winner with the highest temperature across central New York with a high of 75 degrees. That's all I have for you guys right now. Back to you.
Sammy, thank you. And the results from the independent Newhouse Bias Survey are out. Our very own CitrusTV reporter Zach Richter joins us live outside Newhouse with the results. Zach?
Thanks, Ryan. Only 400 students out of the 1,600 students at the Newhouse School filled out this bias survey, and it still indicated that bias is a problem. And the results showed this. 21.6% of students experienced or witnessed a bias incident, and only 9.1% of those students reported it. Now for staff, 38.9% of staff experienced or witnessed an incident, but only 15% reporting it. And for faculty, that by far the most concerning, 58.3% of faculty experienced the bias incident, but with only 28.6% of them reporting it.
I don't think it's clear that there's an understanding of what a bias incident entails. I think there's a lack of trust on the part of many members of the community.
And one concerning part about this for Newhouse administrators is that bias seems to be more of a problem inside the Newhouse community than elsewhere across SU's campus, and these bias incidents are not even being reported. So it is clear that bias is a problem here at the Newhouse School, and it is easier than ever to report a bias incident. You can report it to any Newhouse faculty member, and you yourself do not even need to be the one reporting it. Reporting live outside the Newhouse School tonight, Zach Richter, CitrusTV News.
Thank you, Zach. And the latest COVID numbers at SU, there are currently 52 COVID cases on campus. This is a decrease of 2 since yesterday. This includes 6 new student cases and 4 new employee cases. There are 3 unvaccinated students in quarantine.
The Syracuse City School District is gaining attention once again this week after an altercation at Henniger High School. The Dean of Students was punched in the face while breaking up a fight Wednesday afternoon. The school has 2 resource officers, but 2 additional Syracuse police officers also responded. Students involved in the fight were suspended and will receive a formal hearing, according to the district spokesman, Michael Hennessy.
And the state is now considering 2 alternate locations for a traffic roundabout on I-81. This comes after planners had originally proposed the roundabout to go near Dr. King Elementary School, an idea widely criticized by Syracuse residents and officials. State transportation officials are now proposing a $2 billion plan to remove the portion of the highway that currently runs next to the elementary school.
A man is in the hospital for a leg injury after a 3-vehicle crash in Syracuse East neighborhood on Wednesday night. Michael Cretero was wanted by Manlius Police for a domestic-related incident. A passenger in one car and the driver in the other are also at Upstate Hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. One of the vehicles was reported to have rolled over the collision. There was a reported 4 ambulances on the scene.
And current New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio is potentially looking into running for the state's next governor. A report by the New York Times details how de Blasio is privately talking about challenging current Governor Kathy Hochul. Sources also report that he reached out to former campaign aides and labor leaders. De Blasio himself has neither confirmed nor denied his plans to run. The race for governor is set to take place in 2022.
Governor Kathy Hochul is combating the opioid crisis through a series of new bills. The new laws are designed to better assist people with dealing with opioid overdoses. This includes laws that improve accessibility to naloxone and medication that reverses the effects of an opioid overdose. Governor Hochul says the legislation showcases a commitment to helping New Yorkers struggling with addiction.
The simple presence of being here signals our commitment to people who find themselves trapped in the criminal justice system. And we come here and we talk about policies and ideas and inspiring the next generation of leaders who will carry on the values that we treasure here as New Yorkers.
Governor Hochul is also allocating $25 million to reduce hate crimes. The funds are designed to protect individuals and communities at risk of being victims of hate crimes. $43 million has already been allocated to nonprofits as well. This comes as New York seeing a sharp increase in anti-Semitic and anti-Asian hate crimes.
And coming up on News Live at 6, a federal judge blocks the enforcement of Texas's newly passed anti-abortion law. Find out the latest in just a moment.
Plus, Congress agrees to raise the debt ceiling to cover federal government spending. We've got the latest from Capitol Hill. All this and more when we come back.
OTN is on all your favorite apps: Apple TV, Fire TV, and Roku. Search Orange Television Network or OTN. OTN has its best shows, short films, and CitrusTV on demand. Family and friends can watch OTN too. Watch the live stream of OTN to catch live CitrusTV news, live from Studio B, and mornings on the Hill. On or off campus, watch OTN anywhere.
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. Dad! You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
You're watching Citrus TV News with Ryan Baker, Katie Lane, Sammy Lindell, and Erica Love. Citrus TV News, your campus news leader.
Welcome back to News Live at 6. A federal judge in Austin, Texas is siding with the Biden administration after granting a request from the Justice Department. Judge Robert Pittman made the decision to halt the enforcement of a recently passed abortion law that bans almost all abortions.
In his decision, he said, quote, "From the moment SB 8 went into effect, women have been unlawfully prevented from exercising control over their own lives in ways that are protected by the Constitution." End quote. It's unknown what effects this ruling will have on clinics resuming operations.
And Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says Democrats and Republicans agree to extending the debt ceiling through early December. The Senate could pass this measure today, putting off a possible government default for several months.
A Senate aide says the agreement would raise the borrowing limit by $480 billion. The question is now whether Republicans will allow Democrats to move immediately to a final vote.
And Abdul Razgara is the winner of this year's Nobel Prize in Literature. He wins the award for his, quote, uncompromising and passionate portrayals of the effects of colonialism, end quote.
He has had novels such as his 1994 release Paradise win additional honors such as the Booker Prize. His latest release was Afterlives in 2020.
And the latest in scientific breakthroughs, the first malaria vaccine has been approved by the World Health Organization. Experts say the vaccine isn't perfect, but one estimate says it will save tens of thousands of children's lives each year.
Malaria kills about 500,000 people annually, nearly all of them being in sub-Saharan Africa. The WHO's endorsement of the vaccine serves as the first step in the process that should lead to a wide distribution in developing nations.
And disaster officials in Pakistan are looking at how many are dead after a 5.9 magnitude earthquake hit the southwestern part of the nation. Just after 3 a.m. this morning, the earthquake hit, killing at least 20 people. The death toll is expected to rise.
The Pakistani military is assisting in rescue operations. They are sending army doctors and paramedics necessary medication and helping with civil administration.
And Polish officials report anti-Semitic graffiti in both English and German on Auschwitz barracks. The site was the largest Nazi extermination site used during World War II.
Polish police are currently analyzing surveillance video. The vandalism will be removed once the documentation is done. Memorial officers called the act anti-Semitic in nature and an outrage at one of the greatest tragedies in human history.
And NATO is expelling 8 members of Russia's mission to the military alliance, saying they were undercover intelligence officers. This development has halved the size of Moscow's team, able to work at its headquarters.
NATO has also reduced the number of positions Russia can accredit people from 20 to 10. This decision will take effect at the end of the month. No clear explanation was given for the decision.
And coming up, we take a look at our weekly weather update. Stay with us.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
From the CitrusTV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Welcome back, guys. Now let's take a look at our weekly forecast, our 5-day forecast. We're looking at an amazing weekend of weather. So today we have a high of 76 and a low of 59. Pretty similar temperatures tomorrow with a high of 75 and a low of 61. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to take this time to be outside. This is peak apple picking weather. I'm going to go to Beacon Skiff. It's going to be a great time. Now on Saturday, our game day, which I will get into a little more later, we have a high of 68 and a low of 58 degrees. Now, a little chillier than most of the days, but it's still amazing temperatures for October. Let's enjoy it while we can. On Sunday, we have a high of 71 and a low of 60, partly cloudy all throughout the 5-day forecast, may I add, and a high of 77 on Monday. That's the highest temperatures we're going to hit for all week, and a low of 62 degrees. And it's just going to be amazing. Parents Weekend is going to be great, and your parents are going to be greeted with beautiful weather when they come here. Now, that's all the time I have for you guys. Back to you.
Thank you, Sammy. It is possible after all. Burger King announces the addition of Impossible chicken nuggets to its menu. Starting October 11th, Burger King outlets in Des Moines, Boston, and Miami will offer an 8-piece Impossible nugget for a limited time to test the market.
However, Burger King concedes that the product may not be suitable for vegans. The chain says the nuggets will be fried in oil used for meat and cheese products. This is similar to Burger King's Impossible Whopper, which is grilled on the same surface as the chain's chicken and beef products.
And coming up in sports, transfer drama for Syracuse football and how they plan to rebuild. That story and more coming up after the break. Stay tuned.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where the cats go on vacation? New York.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
Syracuse men's basketball. Are they a Final Four dark horse? Good evening, I'm James Catato. So you're telling me there's a chance? Well, Andy Katz definitely thinks so. The NCAA analyst put the Cuse at the top of his Final Four dark horse list, and that's some cause for excitement if you're a fan. Now, the Orange have lost a lot of talent through the transfer portal this past year. Quincy Guerrier, Kadari Richmond, and then losing out on former commit Dior Johnson. All those sting, but fans still have Buddy Boeheim to look forward to. They even have his brother Jimmy and the supporting cast of Joe Girard, incoming four-star freshman Benny Williams, and a solid overall core that made that Sweet 16 run even possible. Fans get to watch the Dark Horse Orange, maybe we can coin that term, for the first time when they take the court against Pace University for an exhibition on October 27th. And you talk about the transfer portal affecting the basketball team. Well, now the football team is going through the same thing. Junior wideout Taj Harris has entered the portal mid-season, which is pretty rare, but he's taking advantage of that no sit-out transfer rule. Now, we don't know the reason why Harris left the team, but as you can see on the screen, he did say in a tweet that he thanks the university for all the love and support, as well as Coach Babers and the rest of the staff. Since entering the portal, the 6'2 wideout has received 6 offers, with Mississippi State, Kentucky, and Utah being some notable schools to reach out. Now, the last time Syracuse football beat a ranked team was in the Camping World Bowl against West Virginia in 2018. And the last time they beat a ranked ACC team, well, it was earlier in that same season against NC State. Now they get the chance to do it again Saturday against Wake Forest. Last week, the Orange, they had a bit of a stumble against Florida State when they lost at the horn to a game-winning field goal. And it wasn't without some controversy. Was Marlo Wax held up at the line in the dying seconds of the game? Was it a bad no call on the officials? Regardless, that defense has been proving to be formidable. And outside of Wax, one of those leaders is senior Cody Roscoe. The D lineman came in with a point to prove this season. He's been showing out, and Coach Babers has taken note.
I think that last year was a little bit of an eye-opener for him based off of how good the talent was. But once again, he's got an amazing heart. He's very courageous, and by having that 1 year and getting another opportunity to come back, I think he's really taking advantage of his second opportunity at this level.
Now looking ahead to the game this weekend, the Orange coming back to the Dome, taking on that 19th ranked Wake. That student section going to continue to play a role like they did against Liberty, but the Demon Deacons offense, led by sophomore QB Sam Hartman, they're looking to do some damage to that Cuse defense. 11 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and over 1,000 yards through only 5 games. It's going to be a fun one. Kickoff is this Saturday at 3:30. Now heading over, let's look at some ACC standings. This Wake team, it's undefeated. It's at the top. NC State only has 1 blemish on the year. That came in their non-conference play. They're second. And then Clemson, third, struggling this year, dropping 2 top 25 games, one of those being to NC State. Louisville, 1-1 in the ACC. They're in 4th. Florida State, 5th, getting their only conference win over the Orange last weekend. And then we get to the bottom of the barrel, the Atlantic, where Boston College and Cuse are both winless in conference play. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, James. When we come back, we'll take one last look at your weather.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
I spy something beginning with S.
Snow?
No.
Snow-covered trees?
Nothing to do with snow.
Head outside to discover incredible animals and beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure.
Wow.
So grab your loved ones.
Don't even.
And explore a world of possibilities.
Come on, this way.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Welcome back, everyone. Now let's take a look at our wake-up weather. When you wake up tomorrow morning, it's going to be 62 degrees. It's going to be super cool out with overcast skies and 5-mile-per-hour winds. And going into our game day forecast, everyone's favorite, our game day forecast. It's going to be 62 degrees when you wake up at 9 a.m., 65 degrees at noon, and 68 degrees at 6 p.m. Now, at the start of the game, it's going to be at 3:30 against Wake Forest, and it's going to be 68 degrees. 68 degrees is a common trend, I guess. And we're going to have some 10-mile-per-hour winds, so a little bit of a breeze. And it's going to be a great game and a tough one, right?
It is going to be tough. After hearing James' sports talk there, oh my goodness, we're in for a treat.
Definitely.
Yeah, because there was a 27-year-old toilet that has been discovered by archaeologists in Jerusalem. It was uncovered in the remains of a building that overlooks the city of David and the Temple Mount.
And the toilet is said to be a luxury fashioned by limestone and in the domain of the King of Judah. Archaeologists say that uncovering these types of artifacts can help us find out more about what the human diet was like thousands of years ago.
That's all the time we have for today on Citrus TV News. For more of the latest, follow us on Instagram or Twitter, or check out our website at citrustv.com.
I'm Katie Lane.
And I'm Ryan Baker. From all of us here at Citrus TV, have a good evening, Syracuse.